Hello, we are Taylor, Caleb, and Frankie, and we're turning this 1995 International School Bus into our home. You know we're back with another update. This door handle was one of our many goals for this weekend, but first we got started on putting up some siding, or some trimming, I guess it's called. This was one of those repetitive projects. We literally had to go through and mark where every single screw was going to go in because you can see them, so we wanted it to look good.
That is crazy.
Keep it in there. I like it.
It came out on its own after drilling it. Look.
That's our squishy. A quick little update. And then we decided to go ahead and tackle this door handle. This is something that's needed done since we got the bus. Are you recording?
Yeah.
I think this one works best. Check out this bad boy. The next morning it was ceiling panel time. Of course, Frankie's begging for attention, always. Loaded these in the truck and headed to the bus. Alright, so we have an update on what's going on with the bus. Pretty much we got the panels. I'll show you guys those here in a second. Up to the bus so we could see where exactly they lay on the ceiling. And they are 4x8 panels. However, the way that the studs on the top of the bus work are not exactly in 4-foot or 8-foot increments. So we decided instead of putting them long ways to go all the way across and bend to be 8 foot across, we're going to do 8 foot long ways and put a new seam down the middle for extra support along the seams of the panels. So here are the panels. We got them all, which is definitely, we're super thankful for that because this was just one of the puzzle pieces that we needed to get done in order to move on to next steps. However, we also decided, since we're going to have to take some more time before we put the panels up, we need to go ahead and run our wiring because it's going to be a lot easier to do if we, our lights and our wiring. We decided since we have to take the extra time to do the panels anyways, we're going to go ahead and measure all that and get it cut before we put the panels in. And that's just going to make it easier on us to actually run the wires and make sure they're all where they need to be. So pretty much what we're going to do right now is get all of this trim. We use cedar, if anybody's curious. Yes, it smells wonderful. But we're going to put all this trim down the side, on that side, and then as much as we can on this side. We need to get some more of those little insulation strips, but we got all that insulated and ready for some cedar, and that's our plans for today. Also, we're gonna have to get a lot of measurements, so outside of getting the trim, we're gonna be working on measuring where our wiring is gonna go so that we can get that step done and figure out where we need to put the support in the middle, and then that will be the next step until we can finally put our ceiling panels on. We found this alien tape and we wanted to give it a shot, so here it goes. I just want to come on here and say for the record that I am confident that the insulation is going to stick this time. The alien tape is working so far. It's only been approximately 3 minutes, so we'll see. Since we were so confident in the alien tape, we went ahead and started putting up the rest of the insulation. He was still working on the trim. It was looking amazing. We had some up on the other side, and the insulation was looking just as great and sticking just as great too. And all of the middle ceiling insulation was in. So we got right to work putting in the insulation on the sides as well. Surprisingly, this was a project that took a little bit longer than we actually anticipated to do. This cool little dinner train passes by sometimes when we're working on the bus. It's super cool. Alright, so it's dark outside, and it's kind of hard to see in here, but my phone died for a little bit, and here's where we got. So we got all of the insulation put in the top, on the sides and in the middle. We got all of the trim going down that side put in, and then we got it started over here. We have to get some more little blue insulation to put up there and finish this side of trim, and it's cedar, so it smells amazing. But basically next steps is going to be to figure out where we want to put our wiring, and then once we figure that out, we can run our wiring and then hopefully get our panels put in there once we figure that out. But I think next steps is going to be to get this trim finished up and then figure out where we want to run our outlets and stuff and our lights. Day 2 of the weekend. We actually came up on Friday too, so actually day 3. All of the insulation stayed up, so alien tape for the win, highly recommended. And next we got some more cedar cut for the trim, and we have to get the insulation, the blue insulation put up, and then we're gonna put the boards up. Also, since we got some more, and we're probably gonna bring some stuff since we have some extra cedar. But we're also going to be working on cleaning this out today, and this we're going to have goals of turning it into our electric box, with all of our batteries and all of our electrical systems. So yeah, we've definitely got our work cut out for us today. I forgot to add, we do have an 1,000-watt inverter that is hooked to the bus batteries already on this, plus our bus stereo is hooked on this as well. And then we started doing the trim on the other side. We were so happy with how this was looking already. Time to load up something super essential to the build. Our 3,000-watt Sun Gold inverter. And we needed a snack break. But of course we got right back to work and finished up the back of the bus with the cedar trim. It's so crazy how much this alone changes the way that she looks. And then we also decided to go ahead and get started on framing our walls, or what will be the walls on the sides. Alright, we're back with another update, and we got the panel 2x4s, whatever you want to call it. It's the framing for the wall. The bottom framing. We're going to do one on the top too, but we got the bottom done. And then we also got the trim finished around all of it. We decided to go, we're probably going to put one on the front too, across the front, but we want to make sure that we get that all painted and done how we want it before we add anything over top of it. And then we got it all the trim. There's one of our walls that will be going back there, but we got all the trim done, and now we're working on the walls. So yeah, that's our next task to get completed, is finishing the framing on the walls. But I think for now we're gonna play cleanup because it's a mess in here, and I think we're just gonna go ahead and get it cleaned up since it's Sunday, so we can go home and relax before the work week. But we're excited to get all of the trim done this weekend, along with the insulation up and the first part of the wall started. So yeah, we're just moving right along, and I hope you guys decide to stick around to see how she comes along. And then here was just supposed to be a little cleanup video, but then our imagination started getting the best of us, and we had to see what the wall would potentially look like. So this, with the kitchen, we are planning to put the wall up a little bit higher.
No, they won't. Yeah.
Probably like to right there, halfway up the second window, even with that screw, rivet, whatever it is, bolt, I don't really know, but whatever it is, we're gonna make it even with that. Alright, so just a quick walkthrough. We just kind of straightened up a little bit. She's still kind of messy, but got the trim. Start from the front here, go back to the front. So you can see there, that is where we will be planning to put the wall. It's not in or even close to being in, but we just like to play around and imagine. This is our, remove this, bunch of electric stuff in there, not bark stuff, but this is going to be our electric box. We got our inverter, our breaker boxes, our wire that we need to measure and run. And then you'll have our kitchen. We're gonna have my chair right there, and that'll go in the bathroom. This will be the kitchen, essentially with the window right above the stove, perfectly placed. And then the wall will be right here. We will be building to go around, and then this will be our hallway, which is also full of wood right now. But then you're gonna step up on the stair, go into the bathroom. That'll be where our toilet's at. That'll be where our tub's at. That'll be where the bed's at. And then those are our panels. And then, yeah, so that up there will be going on top of this wheel well, and we're going to use it as like a cleaning supply, bathroom storage, vanity type thing. And yeah, so it's really neat to just see it all coming together, and really to see the framing for the walls, partially how it's going to be. And yeah, she's coming together. Stay tuned to see what update we have about Rivo Vela next.